It's Pancake Monday!
All right, we live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Food Psych. Just kidding. It's a lot less of us this time around, but we're still here.
We should have a food, fitness, and fun with Tez on there. That might be interesting.
I mean, I'm never against a guest if our guest is going to come on the show and add some value. I'm never against that.
I'd be interested to hear what he has to say about the crap we talk about.
Right. That'll be interesting. I'm just trying to move myself over. I guess that's where it got to be. All right. Jokes aside, who are we? We are here. This is Man Cave Monday, and it's a lot less of us than you might be used to, but there's a lot of changes going on. And if you saw our last episode, we've had a lot of different tech issues going on. And so we've just been trying to still come here, provide value and entertainment. I got Tez with me, and I got my man Dre with me. So we're going to get right into it. And
talk about how crappy Yachty's verse is on that J. Cole song. It should be deleted, eradicated, non-existent, persona non grata. That thing needs to be thrown in a dumpster fire of history to be long lost and forgotten. That's what we should talk about. But I digress.
So tell me how you feel about it, though.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Listen, the Bicardi Boys are here. You know what I'm saying? That's the three of us. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? The Bicardi Boys is here. There's some old throwback stuff. They don't know. Before everybody was sitting next to bricks.
The day,
a long time.
The night of, the night of Wu-Tang and Boondocks.
That's it.
And SoCal.
And so much Bicardi. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe some teching out there.
You know what I mean?
This is regular shit.
Right. So,
all right. So
let's get into it.
All right. I was gonna definitely go right off topic for a second.
Oh, what's up?
I was gonna be like, yo, Tess, how you feel about this new PS5 coming out? It's supposed to be the Slim joint.
Well, considering that I need a new PlayStation,
I know that's more for like your show, so I'm sorry.
I don't care. Go for it.
It's all good. I mean, considering that I need a new PlayStation, as long as it brings the price down, I need a PlayStation in general. Because
that's the thing. They're saying that the price is going to be the same. It's just going to be slimmer and more gigs than the last PlayStation.
I mean, oddly enough, like I have a Series S Xbox, and I maxed out the capacity in no time. I don't like the fact that Xbox, and I'm an Xbox person, I don't like the fact that Xbox has a memory bank that you can only use from them, and it's not cool. Whereas the Sony, I can buy an NVMe and I'll be good to go. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I need a PlayStation with Metal Gear 3 getting the remake and the new Final Fantasy sequel to 7, which are two of my favorite games of all time. They're literally 1 and 2 of all time. I have to get a PlayStation.
No doubt.
So I mean, if it brings
I'm gonna say, and that Tekken 8 about to drop too.
So right now, and I'm not trying to make this a gaming podcast, but
I know.
This year,
so good.
Right now, if you look at the list of the games that are going to get released right now, it's going to be crazy for the rest of the year. Yeah. And I would say this: if you know anybody with a gaming PC, download the RoboCop game or look up the trailer. It is so good. So if you play real quick, just to sell it to you guys, if you ever played, the demo's out. I played it and I loved it. If you ever played Cyberpunk, how you have that freedom to go around the city, you got that freedom to go around Detroit. You could do the main quest and you could do these little side quests. And you got the 3-shot blicky that he had.
Yeah,
that's so good. And you can hear the stomps and he walks. Dude, you got the little scanner thing. So when you see the enemies, they'll get sized out. It's
Does his joint still come out his thigh?
Yep.
Drop it.
Yep. And I can show you pictures after this call that I took from the game. Right. But the graphics are insane. Like they actually got the actual people like that. I forgot his name. The actual guy who played Murphy.
They got him.
Peter Welling. Peter Weller. Peter Weller. They
Whoa,
got him.
yeah,
They got the girl that played Lewis. Her face is it's
yeah.
100% hers, and even the police commissioner, the police chief that's there. He's there too. The graphics
Dang,
are
I'm surprised
insane.
they're still alive. How about that?
Listen, I was like, damn, I'm not buying no games for the rest of the year. And they're like, nah, November this game's coming. I'm like, uh, there goes that. But yeah,
I mean, men do talk about games, so I guess it's
Hey,
kind of
listen,
related. Jay.
it's all good. Everything goes on this platform.
I mean, it leads to a topic that I suggested today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not sure what we talk about today, but we could talk about
if you
another
want to
time.
start it.
No,
We're gonna talk about
we're
it?
gonna save that for another day. That
There you go,
topic.
that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's on the
Okay,
list for
okay.
sure. It's on the list for sure.
Okay.
But we will get into it after I introduce myself. Hey.
His name is Ho. No,
You know what I'm saying?
Wrong
H to the
wrong joke.
OV. You know what I'm saying? I used to drink
didn't
Bicardi
do it.
with these homies. All right, that's it. All right, and before we get into Man Cave Monday, who am I? I am JD, aka He Who Pods. And today, we're going to start with something that we ended with last pod. Oh,
Hold on a second. Next time you say "Who am I," you gotta say it like Jackie Chan. Who am I?
I probably won't, but maybe I'll
Oh, tell
save
me
that
one
clip
of
of you and have you do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Have you introduce me next time. Anyway,
movie.
so at the not the end, but during last pod, we were discussing beauty standards of women and our opinions on them. And Dre brought up a very interesting point, which was the beauty standards of men or lack thereof. And so that's what we're going to discuss a little bit today. Dre, in case they didn't see it last time, why don't you speak to us a little bit about your thoughts on, or rather what you wanted to discuss about men and the kind of lack of beauty standards.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's been so long since we came together. Like actually forget my thought, but this is like things that I'm always like talking about, in terms of just like, so it's like all these beauty standards on women, right? Or women's supposed to be this way, that way, and there tends to be this. Well, it's a double-sided coin, man. It's like it tends to be this sense of like, men can kind of do like whatever,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like being a man is actually like being this rough, rugged, someone who's like unrefined, you know what I'm saying? And so what I was really talking about is like a person like myself who like, I actually enjoy getting manicures, pedicures, blah blah blah. That might be seen as a feminine trait, you know what I'm saying? Like when men are like, okay, I'm gonna like take care of myself, whereas the thing that it says like the thing that men are supposed to be doing is not caring. Like don't care how you look, don't care how you present, because you're a guy, you know what I mean? And that's it.
Right.
Like that's what being a man is. And I just kind of think like that is I don't know. I don't really agree with that, and I wonder how you guys felt about it.
All right, real quick before we respond, why don't you agree with it?
Oh, well, because I feel like, first of all, I don't believe in these boxes, right? I feel like if a person is a woman, let's say, and they say, hey, I don't want to shave my legs, I don't want to shave my pits, you're still a woman, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't make you more or less of a woman, It's like that's the look that you want,
Right.
And maybe it's because, me being a New Yorker, and New Yorkers are always trying to get like their signature look, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people in New York that people try to look different, people don't want to look exactly like this other guy. You don't want to be a clone of somebody else.
Right.
Maybe in other cities, like people don't mind doing that. But, for me, I'm just feel like, why is it that we have to be in these boxes? Why that if a dude decides that he wants to take care of, let's go all the way to the extreme. Let's like if a dude is like, I want to wear fucking makeup, let's say, like there are dudes who do that, like whatever, not necessarily my thing, but I don't have anything against it. Why does that make him like less of a dude, less of a guy? Like that's his look. That's the way he wants to fucking go about his life. And so Yeah, I really don't like those kind of like boxes. I don't like putting people into these like really narrow boxes and a narrow like mindset of this is what a man's supposed to be and this is what a woman's supposed to be. I completely like disagree with that.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind responding. Yeah, I think it's really interesting uh, that there's kind of almost an exact opposite between men and women when it comes to beauty standards. Like you said, there's this thing where women, which we deep dove on last episode, there's this thing where like women, you have to be allegedly, this is the societal pressure that you have to be kind of hitting all of these different things before you can leave your house to just be part of society. There's all of this pressure where it's like women got to hit all of these different things, like some of them you mentioned, and more. But then on the flip side, right, like you said, we have men who it's like, oh yeah, you could have some crazy unkept beard, you can have pit hair, if you don't get a haircut, whatever. Even as far as the way that we dress, we have a lot more leeway, and I always thought that was interesting. To be honest, I don't agree with it. I think that we should all kind of, like you said last podcast, we should all do what makes us feel good, right? Um, I do think part of the reason why is because society doesn't really care as much as time has begun to build more and more pressure for women and how they should be, quote unquote. We have gotten further and further away, right? And before, I mean, look at today. I wear sweats all the time, right? That's like my uniform, if you will. I wear jogger sweats everywhere, unless somebody says, hey, we really going to do something that requires something more than sweats. If it's just like, hey, we're going out to, we're going to just go, the three of us out. We're not going out. We're just going to go to Tez's crib. We're just going to drink some Bicardi and relax. I'm like, oh, all right, definitely sweats then. I ain't putting nothing else on. And that's accepted, right? But it wasn't always that way. If we think way back, the usual was men wearing like 3-piece suits. That was the default, right? You couldn't just go outside and be like, yeah, sweats. That was not the norm. I'm talking way back, obviously. I don't mean 10
Oh
years
yeah.
ago, right? But a long time ago, there was kind of this thing where men were supposed to look sharp, but we've broken away. And now today, like I said, it's kind of like we've got opposites. And we already debated enough about women beauty standards last time, but I think today there's far more flexibility on the men's side where you get far less criticism if you are someone like me right now with no haircut, with a full beard. Beards are in, where before long, quote unquote, Bin Laden beards were not a good look. It was like, yo, what's up? What you trying to do? You trying to be a Taliban or something with that beard, son? What you doing?
Right.
Today, everybody's got a beard, right? And so I think, yeah, we should do the things that make us feel good. We already deep dove on that on the women's side. And I think, yeah, men should feel good. But I think this system that we live in, this kind of, I don't want to say I don't think it's necessarily misogyny, but I think this man-run system has become way more lax when it comes to men. And I do think, yeah, like there's all type of women comedians who joke and say things like, yeah, but like dudes could wear whatever the fuck they want. Me, I've got to do this and this and this and this and this just to step outside. You could just put on a graphic tee and leave. And I think it's a weird situation. As I said last time, I do agree that it's a choice on both sides, but I do think there's far more pressure on the woman's side. And I don't really think it should exist. I don't think it should be beauty standards being pushed on either side. I think that we should be able to do the things that feel good. And kind of what we all agreed on last pod, even though we were all coming from different angles, I just think that there is a lot less pressure on the men's side. And I wonder, because I don't know the answer, I wonder what made it change from the days when everybody had to wear a suit and a proper hat, all of those things back in the days, where today it's just whatever, it's open season. Tez, you're up, brother.
Well, in terms of business, as wearing the suit, that all changed with Apple, them becoming pop culture, right? When Apple and Google and all these corporations that started taking over, they wanted their employees to feel comfortable. So why wear pressed pants and a shirt all day when you're going to be sitting down behind a computer? Who are you impressing? The screen? No, right? So they got rid of the old guard of the conformity that we had to wear this the 3-piece suit or the the button downs or and the girls with the pencil skirts and stuff like that. They got rid of that stuff because at the end of the day they want people comfortable, which now you see it in most office settings because businesses now mimic Google and Apple in their practices, in that sense, where it's a more lax approach, right?
Yeah.
um in my last job, I'm on my last office job. My boss, my supervisor hated it. No, everybody's got to come in here, slacks, shirt, no skirts below above the knees. Meanwhile, upstairs, every other department, they come in sweats, they come in joggers, they come in whatever they want, and we're the lowest people on the totem pole, and she's holding us to this guard, and I'm just like, and I get it, it's because it's the mentality that she had of the time that she grew up with. Also, she kind of felt jaded that I had to wear this stuff. You got to wear this stuff. Now you're going to deal with the pain that I dealt with.
Got you.
Yeah.
You know, you would see it like when people leave the department, the first thing they do, they come downstairs and they're plain clothes. We had casual Friday, but upstairs every day's casual Friday, right?
Right. Oh, sorry.
And so when obviously you would dress up if you had like an important business meeting or something because you're trying to present yourself differently.
Right.
But that's where the guard changed. And in terms of like public appeal, I mean the old guard is starting to phase its way out. We touched on this last time with like what's her name? What's her
Last pod you were talking about Ashley Graham.
There we go, Ashley Graham. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Thank you. How Ashley Graham changed the guard for models, and there's still people out there who want their skinny pencil, shaped models where, clothing doesn't work that way. Girls don't have a pencil shape. There's all kinds of shapes, and with men it's the same thing too, where, it's that borderline of comfort and yet like looking, well presented. Like I could wear joggers all day, jogging pants all day, but jogging pants get dirty or they get stretched out or they get, they don't look the same. They look worn, right? But if you come with like khakis, some loose fitting khakis and stuff, which is still can be considered casual wear, you can still look appealing. In terms of like relationship, like, oh, I can't date a girl because she don't shave or she doesn't do that. At the end of the day, I said it last time, I want my person comfortable. I want my partner to be comfortable in whatever there is. If I can accept their comfort, what they like, then there's bigger problems to be held.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not. If there's a hygiene problem, then that's different. I mean, it's not different. It's in that same boat, right? But that's where you have to be upfront. You have to be honest, just like in any relationship, where like, yo, listen, I get it. You like it. I'm not a fan of it. Is there a compromise we can hit here or something? But that's me. There's some people out there who like that stuff, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. But in any relationship, it's all about the communication and understanding those lines, where understanding the likes, and if you're going to be with that person, accepting the stuff that you don't like. And that's the key word, is accepting what you don't like. Mm-hmm. Because once you agree to it, that's it. You deal with it. You have no weight in an argument.
Right.
That you drew that line in the sand. I'm okay with it. Don't bring it up 2 years later.
Yeah.
But what do you feel? Do you think there is? Whoops, couldn't find my water. Do you think that there's a big divide, and men have more lax, or like Dre said there's kind of a lack of beauty standards for men. What are your thoughts on that?
In terms of what, of like sex appeal or business?
No, in life, period. A woman has to, like we said last pod, society expects women to do a list of things. When it comes to men, we don't have that long list that the women have.
Then that doesn't apply to me, because I don't care what society says. I don't conform to what society does. That's my stance on it. Society does what for me? Nothing. That's it. What is little old me gonna do to change or to improve or to make a stance against society?
Right.
All they're gonna do is follow trends. because all Drake has to do is put the Hector Macho Camacho curl, and I bet you there's 1,000 people with the Hector Macho Camacho curl. There goes
Yeah,
society accepting that.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, bro. I feel like society is sort of an illusion. Um, in a sense, what I'm saying, like, you gotta just do live your life. But when you ask Jay, like, oh, when did it start changing? When you're saying like men used to dress up, and when they went, like, there was a time where a man didn't even go outside without a hat, right?
Mhm.
Like, you had to wear like a respectable
Right.
fedora or something. You know what I mean? Like, even like getting on an airplane was a big deal. You dressed up. Man, we have a flight today.
Right.
Now people go on the flight with Crocs
Yeah, it's
and
the total opposite.
cargos. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? You know what changed that? Because Tess was talking about in terms of business, but what changed that in terms of society, what you're talking about, Jay, was the '60s and the counterculture, right? So in the '60s, you had uh, that generation. Was it called the? Can't remember the name of the generation. Um,
Boomers,
Boom, yeah, yeah, the boomer
Mm.
generation, right? The boomer generation when they were in their like 20s, teens,
or
and
is it
stuff.
was it Boomers or Generation X?
No, it was boomers. I'm Generation X.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh, yeah. So but the boomers, like my parents, when they were in their teens and 20s,
Right.
they were part of this counterculture, and the counterculture was like the fu to the man, right? And that's where that kind of started. That's where it's like I'm gonna have. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to pursue the careers that you want me to pursue. Women were like, I'm going to get out of the house. I'm going to have my own money and work. Um, you had the 60s in terms of like, black liberation happening. It was a whole like counter culture. You had the 69, the summer of
Right. You
love, where
spoke
people were
about that
like,
heavily last pod.
yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, have sex with who I want to have sex with. And so that's what started this kind of like, I don't need to conform. Because before that, yes, you're right, everything was about conforming to what we believe society wants. You're a man, when you
Mhm.
walk outside, you look like this.
Right.
You're a woman, when you walk outside, you look like that. When you step into a store, you should do this. When you step into this establishment, tip your hat. Like, all this was, conform, conform, conform.
Right.
And a lot like Tez is saying is like, people start looking at that like, okay, what me conforming, what is that getting me? Right? Like, that's getting me nowhere. And I don't even like doing half these
Right.
things. So, people just like, yo, I'm not doing it. They start breaking things. And then musicians started like talking about, F you to things and F these wars and all this other stuff. And that was the beginning of people saying, yo, I'm not going for it. And so each generation, as you go down, Generation X, millennials, and now Gen Zs, everyone is doing more and more of their own thing. Yet, as you're also saying, there is still these old school views of conforming to what society
Right.
says you should do. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I don't think either one of you are wrong on the changes. I just have always found it interesting, which is why I had a strong reaction when Dre brought it up last pod, where I was like, "But there are no beauty standards for men," because I've always thought that was interesting. That even when I was a kid and we had to like go to church, like what we had to do to go to church as a man was way simpler than all the stuff that the women had to do. They had to like straighten their hair. They had to, I mean, everyone knows the term Sunday's best, right? Quote unquote Sunday's best. But even that definition was so different. It was like, all right, you gotta, as a dude, you had your tie, your dress shirt, your slacks, and some shoes. But women had to have like this whole other list of things, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. That
But
Yeah.
uh,
that it's conformity, but it's also like how does it's like an underlining of like competition, right?
Mm,
Because it's like in school, right? We could all wear the same uniforms, but whatever your shoes were oh, status. Oh, he got the same uniform as me. We got the same shirt, same pants, right?
Uh-huh.
But you got Jordans and I got Feli. You got status, right? But that's all that really is. Like the Sunday's finest thing, that's all competition. That's all people. Oh, that comes from like snobby money. That comes from those things trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's that mentality,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, we all know our stances, each other's stances here on religion. But if you're there to go to church, you're there to go to church,
Right.
Right.
right? If whoever you are going there to praise and worship, they're accepting you at whatever you're wearing.
Correct.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
that's you appeasing to other people. You're not doing that for you. You're doing that for other people because you know that, oh, if I decide to go in flip flops and shorts, oh, look at Tez wearing flip flops and shorts he don't know better.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. It is competition because according to your so-called Bibles, according to your religion, right, it says come as you are.
Right.
And I doubt that, when you die and go to heaven, Jesus is gonna be like, yo, man, why you ain't wear the double-breasted joint? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Why you ain't wear that fedora with the feather in it?
Right.
You was fronting for me. Nah, you ain't going to heaven.
Right.
Right? No, he's right. You absolutely doing this for each other. We're absolutely comparing and contrasting. Look at the skirt that she got on. Look at those shoes that she got on. Yo, she wore the red bottoms. Oh, that's crazy. Blah blah blah. That's all that is.
Which also contradicts most religions in itself, right? Everybody's
Right.
equal, but you out here having pissing contests.
Now we
Yeah.
talking.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that, that,
Yeah.
that,
Exactly.
that's the sad culminating fact of it all. So these standards that society holds himself to, it's not standards because of somebody. Oh, this is what we're accepting at, unless it comes to like the vain industries like modeling and like actresses and stuff, and that's different. It's not. I don't accept it either, but that's where that it gets really catty, right? But
Yes.
we start the mentality. We pitch that message at that level. Oh, I know my son's not going out like that. Oh, you got a hole in your jeans. You can't wear that. Mom, I'm going to church. Or I'm going to Titi's house. I'm going to see every freaking day.
Right.
No, not like that. Because people are scared of what they're going to say. But the second you remove that power, I don't care what you say. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm happy, and I'm clean, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead, Dre.
That's why. No, I'm about to say that's why in the '60s people were so angry with the hippies, right?
Yep.
Because hippies were just like, yeah,
The
I'm gonna
beards.
wear used clothes. I'm gonna have beads on.
Right.
Yeah, I might skip a day with the showering and shit. Like people were like, "What the hell, you damn hippies?" Like y'all look so well. Like I stopped combing my hair. Also at the time, in the '60s, this is when reggae started to take off because the people watching people in Jamaica, be dreads. That was the whole thing about being dreads. Like, yo, we don't touch our hair. We let it do what it normally do. The hippie movement caught on to that and was like, yo, that's what's up. And reggae became so famous within the '60s as well. So it's like, yeah, I definitely get that. That's what is going on, and you do have two sort of views where people are just like middle finger to all that, and where other people are mad that you're not conforming to what they believe you're supposed to conform to.
Yep. And to continue on with that a little bit more, music weighs heavily.
Yes,
Just like you
sir.
say, reggae. If you think about it, disco change. It was another change from conformity.
Yeah.
To new wave. Because people were dressing like they're dead, like they're zombies. What happened? What happened in the '90s when the trend came back? I went to school looking like these quote unquote zombies.
Right.
A lot of people that I went to school with, there is a counterculture in every era that we live in.
Yes,
Like
sir.
right now, we have the hipsters, right? Not all, we're not hipsters, but at the end of the day, they are hipsters out there, and that's them, that's their culture, but that's fine. They're happy who they are.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a girl, a woman can have a tattoo. Now you see a girl with a tattoo, damn, she fine. Piercings and all this stuff. Everything
Yeah.
changes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're
So
right.
that
You're right.
that stat quo of what you're supposed to look like is now, and I'm happy. It's as long as it's liberating. And again, the most important thing, if you're happy with yourself, then that's it.
Yeah. Look how, and I'm gonna let it go because I know we gotta go the time, but look how in the '80s you had my girl, Grace Jones. She's like, I'm gonna be the darkest thing ever. I'm gonna be the bald head chick, and I'm gonna wear the craziest. Like, yo, like you not gonna have no idea what I'm gonna step up with, and people are just like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? The homosexual community, like gay, lesbian community,
Mm-hmm.
embraced her because of that. Like, yo,
Right.
she's not afraid of being who she is. And, that sparked something, man. Because, she was a singer, actor, everything. And she's still here. I shouldn't say was. She's still all those things. And that sparked something. It was like, man, you can really just be whatever you want and not conform to nothing. Until this day, that is still how she lives her life. And that's why we really respect those kinds of people, because they just were like, yo, I'm not conforming to nothing. I'm just
You say
gonna
that
be me.
you say that, and the first thing that comes to my mind is Erica Badu.
Yeah. But Grace is the grandmother of
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Before there's an Erica Badu, before
Mm-hmm.
there's anybody else, this is Grace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Grace is like 70 years old right now, still fucking killing the game. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we're basically all on the same page. I just wanted to. I thought this was a good topic because clearly we had a lot of different thoughts last pod about the pressure women feel and whether it exists or not today. And I think it's clear that there's really not much pressure on men today to quote unquote look their best or be clean cut and all of those things. So that's why I thought it would be a good topic to kind of go right into from the way we left off last pod. Quick question. And I learned, all right, so I guess I'll give some context. So I was watching, so there's a docu-series that's like 4 episodes on Amazon Prime called Coach Prime. And during that, they cover his season at Florida State. And I heard that it was really good. So I said, all right, I'll check it out. 4 episodes, why not? And so, what's up, Tez?
He had been Florida State.
What was it, Jackson?
It wasn't a Division I school.
This before he was at
Division II.
Colorado. Where was he before that?
Yeah, I don't remember. I definitely know it was a Florida State. I'll look it up if you want for context.
Yeah.
But keep
Well,
going.
it covers the first college he coached at, and his story there. Jackson. Yeah, it was Jackson, I believe.
Jackson State Tigers.
There you go. And so it covers him how he was at while he was coaching for Jackson, and there was a controversy at one point between himself and another coach, which he turned a negative into a positive. But we all know about that if you follow sports. But what's interesting is I learned something in the middle of that footage being shown, and so I'll ask the question and then I'll come back to the footage. So let's pause the story. My question is, do you know what a bro hug is?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
Okay, this is good stuff. You see, I was like, man, I got to ask the guys. I've never heard this term before. A bro hug.
I think I might know.
All right, go ahead. What you got? Let me see.
I don't want to. I just think it's the hug when you come in, you hold hands first, and you draw them in, and you go around.
That's what it is. Yeah. So we in the hood, all of us do this kind of half hug, half handshake, right? And so you see somebody, you give them one of these, and then you kind of lean in and give a little half hug, right? Yeah. And so the story is, coming back to the docuseries, they played a team and beat the team. And Dion went to do that to the other coach. The other coach was another black guy. And the guy shoved him away. And that was the quote-unquote controversy, right? He felt like Dion was overhyped and all of these other things. And in the post-game conference, he said, some things about Dion that people didn't like. And that was the coverage. But in the coverage, they did a really good job of slicing in different companies covering, right? Like that, all the shows on ESPN and stuff. And all of these different companies were saying, all of these different commentators were saying, yeah, he denied Deion the bro hug. Deion Sanders denied a bro hug. As you can see here, he went in for the bro hug and he got shoved away. And I was like, what the hell is a bro hug? Why are they saying that? And so I had to go back and look, and I'm like, what? So I Googled it, and because I've never heard this term. And I was like, I got to ask the guys if they know this term. I've never heard of a bro hug. I feel like, and maybe this is too crazy. Maybe I should edit this out the pod, but I feel like that was white people naming our shit.
I don't know. It could be, because now I'm thinking, did we ever have a name for it? For us, it's just like, showing love or whatever. That's all. I mean, no one ever called it bro. I don't remember. I remember hearing it, and that's why I said I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't remember us calling it that, right? So it's like if I haven't seen any of y'all in years, like in person, like that'd probably be the first thing I do,
right?
If I saw either one of y'all, you know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, what's up? That would be the first thing I do. And so when people be like, yo, what happened now? I'd be like, I'm just showing my man some love. That's the way I would look at it. I wouldn't be like, yo, I'm giving him a bro hug. I'd be like, yo, I'm just showing him love. I ain't seen him in a long time, So I don't know. I guess it's all perspective, but yeah, you might be right.
I mean, the only thing that I know that we named was a dap, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know that we named.
But they didn't even say that. They were calling it the bro hug. I was like, man, the white people
they don't know dap yet.
Yeah, right.
They don't know dap yet.
But I mean, it's also you gotta look like this. It's not a hug, right? It's not a hug in its sense. So you got to give it a name. And was it a white person? Was it a black? Or the Hispanic or whatever? No one knows, and we're not. That's something we're never going to find out. But in sense of Prime not getting his just due. I mean, coaches be bitter. Belichick doesn't even handshake half the people he plays against.
That's crazy.
And it's pettiness.
Yeah. It is. And like I said in the group chat, this is a quick topic. I just wanted to know if y'all knew what it was, because I don't really have a deep dive. I just was like, what is that?
Yeah, I have a deep dive. And well, I don't know how deep it is, but it goes back to something I said before, where it's just like when men show each other some sort of love, some sort of like,
embrace.
How can I put it? Some sort of embrace, some sort of like affection, some sort of like, like appreciation for each other, whether it's like, I miss you, whatever, whatever it is that might be, in our society that still not fully acceptable in the American society, because you go outside of America, like men hug each other, both hands, give each other kisses. Yep. You know what I mean? They don't look at it no kind of way. You go to Korea right now, it's just, that's just how it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that, no one looks at that weird. But in America, there's still this like homophobia behind certain things. Like there's still this thing where men aren't supposed to bond. So when they do, you got to give it a certain name because it could be looked at as something else other than genuine. Right. So anytime men bond in any way that's positive, it has to get a weirdo name for it.
That's a good point.
So when you said bro hug, I looked it up on Google, right?
Oh,
Again, I have 3 monitors. We're going to get into the funny part. There's a part a bro hug is a quick, physical, reserved hug between male colleagues or friends. It's also known by many other names, including, oh boy,
here we go.
These are something. Hip hop hug.
What?
Oh God, that's straight white people naming that.
Bro handshake.
You see?
The one arm hug.
You see?
Dude hug. The homie hug.
Through the home man.
You know what I'm saying?
Through the home man.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
this next. I'm gonna skip this one. We're gonna go to the next one. Then we're gonna go back to this one.
Okay.
All right.
There's the man hug, and this one the bro grab.
You see?
The bro grab.
You see? And who you think came up with those names? Let's have a real conversation.
So hold on. To continue on with the rest of the definition, the bro hug evolved from the dap, a type of handshake created by. I'm not gonna say it. Well, this is Google, not me.
No, yeah, you gotta say it.
By Black American soldiers serving in the Vietnam War. It starts as a handshake, but then morphs into an embrace. The essential part of the bro hug is the back clap. That's it.
All right, not to be confused with the reach around.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Or the ball grab. That bro grab. That's all I was thinking, bro. Thinking Fleece Johnson. Thinking Fleece Johnson. More important than water.
Right, you know what I mean?
Yo.
Don't get it confused. Don't get it confused.
Yo. You see? You see what happens when it's just the Bicardi Boys? You see?
Jesus.
Oh man.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got on our list here. All right, let's have it. Let's keep it fun for now. What's worse? A, going shopping with a woman, or B, hold on, or B, watching a movie that only she wants to watch. I'll repeat it. Let's let it settle in. Go ahead, son.
Dre, just for clarification, you were never married, right?
No.
All right, so as the only person who's been married here, I can go first. I'd rather gouge my eyes out than go shopping.
Oh shit! I think my contact about to fall out.
If we go shopping and there's no bench for the dads or the husbands, I ain't going in there. Nah. Listen, I love you ladies. I want you to be happy. I want you to buy whatever it is that you content. You want my opinion? I'll give it to you. You're not going to listen to me anyways, but it doesn't matter. I'm not there for the marathon y'all about to embark on. I'm not there for that.
Oh man.
Y'all go around the whole store up and down, picking up everything, saying you like it, and then you put it back at the end, only to grab it again and only to put it back one more again. Nah. Y'all try it on. I'm like, damn, it looks really good on you. And then y'all don't buy it. Nah. Listen, wise man once said, run away and never return. That's it. Listen, whatever you want, baby. It's all you.
Shit.
Nah, no. The movie, at least I can go to. I can. Yeah, I'm watching it.
All right.
You just doze off. So you have sunglasses in the house. That's it. Or you can pull a. We have a term for that, but we're not gonna say the name for it. But you could just gaze out into it. You're up, but you're not up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a certain family trick that I learned.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no shopping. That's my kryptonite. No.
All right. How about you, Dre?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the opposite of what Tez is saying. I don't know, maybe I'm a different dude. So, both of them can be exhausting. But I'm such a movie cat that if you force me to look at a movie that I'm just not digging, it's like turning in my stomach. I can't, you know what I mean? So it's like remember when the Tyler Perry movies were like so popular? They were coming out every other week or whatever. Like they were constantly in movies. You know, I go on dates and they'd be like, let's go see the Tyler Perry movie. I'd be like, it's over. You know what I mean?
Next.
I can't sit there. It's torture for me. Like I like movies.
Right.
And so if you getting me in this like whack joint and just seeing this dude with this, drag, just saying this silly stuff, I'm like, yo, this is not funny. Like I'm not into it. So I can't do that. But going shopping, I mean, I can get into it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh yeah, so when I go into a shopping mall, for me as sort of like a amateur wannabe comedian, like it's playtime for me. I'm the silliest person.
Right.
I'm doing the most craziest things. I'm saying the most craziest things. I like to go into places and ask the salesperson, weird questions. Like I'll pick something up. I'll be like, yeah, excuse me. Can you tell me, how do I break this? How does it break? And they'd be like, what? What I mean? Like I have fun. Like I make this like weird, awkward situation fun for me. Like I make it entertaining, so it's really not that bad until, it can get tiring because it's just like, all right, we've been in here for a while. Like, what are you going to do? And I hear what you're saying. I don't like, you're like, oh, I'm going to get it. All right, yeah, get it. Then, no, I shouldn't. All right, but don't. Well, I think I should. And it's like, okay, stop.
Right.
Get it or not get it, but let's not do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what that. But
hold on. I'm sorry. You can't do that because then they're gonna say I'm not getting nothing, and it's your fault I'm not getting nothing, and then they'll bring it up when they need something. No.
Yeah, but they're gonna. But everything is your fault. I mean,
I'm only saying from my own experience. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying from my
I'm just saying like everything is your fault. So I mean, what's new? Like they could literally spill something on themselves and be like, that fell because you distracted me. You was over, like you made the wind blow, like whatever. Like things are gonna be
too hard.
Right, whatever. So it's like I'm not focused on that. But yeah, for me, I'm like I said, the opposite. Like a movie, I enjoy my movie time. Like if I can sit down, with a movie, it's like, man, I want to enjoy this, And if it's whack, especially like a theater, like at home, you're right. If I'm at home,
right,
like I don't really like. Yeah, I'm probably gonna fall asleep on it.
Right.
I can get up, get out. Serve myself a drink, go get some Bicardi, whatever. I don't care.
That's right.
But if I'm in a theater, I feel like I'm locked in. I'm like, oh, what? I'm just keep going back and forth to the bathroom, even though I don't really have to go. Like this is garbage. And movies are not cheap, so I'm like, this is what? How much we spend for this?
Right.
Nah, I can't.
Nah, you gotta go to the bathroom and then go to another movie theater, sit there for like 10 minutes, like, yo, my stomach is jacked up.
And you know what? To be honest, just to bring something up, like I thought the Barbie movie was gonna be like that. I was like, okay, let me just keep asking me, whatever. And then I went to see it. And it's like, yo, this is fun. Like I was laughing more, than the person I went with. It was like, yo, this is crazy funny. This was a sleeper. Like that's the way I like to enjoy movies. I like to think that they're going to be horrible and just like, all right, well, just get through it. And then surprise, like this is really good. This is funny. So, sometimes you don't necessarily know, what I mean? But I've been in movie theaters where I'm just like, I could tell from the trailer it was whack. And yes, it turned out to be whack. And I feel like you owe me 2 hours of my life back.
You know what I'm saying? Reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time. Word.
Yeah. I'm with Tez. I don't want to go shopping. Going shopping can go all fucking day. I don't want to be out all day watching you try shit on, put it back, try it on again. But what if I try it on in green? All right, come on, like this is ridiculous. Like it's crazy. Then sometimes they fool you. You be like, all right, we hitting the food court. It's a wrap. All right, cool. They'd be like, I think I need to go back and get that dress. Oh my God. Like, yo, kill me right now.
Nah, so first the Joe Budden quote of the day. First they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. That's the whole thing with the dresses, right?
Actually, you got that from Jay-Z.
Oh,
sorry.
I know it from Joe.
I know, but I gotta let you know.
It's all good. Then
he got that from Days the Emperor.
There you go. Shout out to Days.
Days the
Project
Emperor
out.
Also got that from Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know.
But no,
I wish he was on here because he would have definitely said something on
Absolutely.
Shout out to Days.
Shout out to Days.
Yeah.
The trick is you go to the food court. You're like, yeah, day's almost over. I'm done. Then she goes, oh, let's go get something for you. Go to GameStop or whatever. But on the way there, hold on, I really want to go back here real quick. I want to go get that. And then we repeat the cycle. No.
Nah.
And then you're an asshole. You're like, yo, listen, go get what you want. I'm gonna go to GameStop real quick. No. It's still the asshole.
And don't ask, can you wait in the car?
No.
Well, no. See, that's torture. Yeah, because I mean that's kind of. I feel like grow up. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't want to just be an accessory on your hip. If you go into point A and I feel like, you know what, the Apple store is right there. There's some things I want to check out. I'm gonna hit the Apple store. You know what I mean? Send me your location wherever later on.
Right.
Why do I have to be on your hip the entire time?
That's what they want. Son.
I'm not even. Nah.
That's how they want to spend their Saturday with Dre. I don't
Yeah,
ever
I mean,
want to
yeah,
do
we
that
get
shit.
to the Saturday. Yeah, we could do the Saturday, but if I feel like, yeah, like you saying, if I'm gonna hit GameStop or, whatever, Sharper Image. Remember that was out? I know it's gone now, but Sharper Image. The dudes want to go into Sharper Image for whatever reason. Like, yeah, like I'm gonna go in there. I'm not gonna be like, can I go? I'm not asking you. I'm like, yo, I'm going in there. I'll meet you later. We got phones. You can tell me where you at.
Right.
Like, it's not that serious. Nah.
It's like when we used to go to Walmart. I'm like, yo, you do what you do. You know where I'm at. I'm at the electronics section. You find me when you need me. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. I would rather
Right.
watch the movie. I could doze off for a little while. I might even get a little frisky and now the movie's off. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's, you wanted me to watch this rom-com till I pulled your titty out. Now, you forgot all about Jennifer Aniston. You see what I'm saying? You can't pull the
I see what
titty
you're
out
saying.
in the middle of the mall. It's a little more risky. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
but
it.
but even at the
Bring on the.
theater, you could be like, all right, I love Christopher Nolan, but I don't know why this war scene is intended. Hold on, what's going on right here real quick? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
You did wear a
That's true.
dress to this movie. All right, cool.
You're right.
Let me show you why they call me the
but don't-
sexual intellectual. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. You can also do that in the mall too. I'm known for like
Yeah, but
grabbing on
today,
things or
that's
whatever.
not as easy to do in the mall. You feel what I'm saying?
For some.
You can't just be like in the changing rooms with them no more. Now there's somebody at the
Oh
changing
no,
rooms.
I'm not going that far. No.
I
No, I'm
mean,
not going
listen.
that far. No. I'm just talking about, little taps on the ass.
Oh,
little,
yeah. I'm
feel
talking about
assy.
full on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I'm saying a Sith never stops Sithing. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. That's why I just said in the theater, you can go for it.
Nah, the mall ain't stopping. The mall ain't stopping me.
All right.
Oh,
Nah.
go in, Tess. Go in.
That's-
There's always a dressing room. There's
You know what I'm
always
saying?
a stock room or something.
There's always an opening in the force.
That's
always
You
an
know
opening.
what I mean? I
That's
feel
it.
you. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So I would rather do the movie. I ain't trying to spend 7 hours in the mall. And I don't have a lot of patience. So once I get to that point you guys are talking about, where it's like, I'm ready to go, son, I'm ready to go. I don't have another
no
3
doubt.
hours. No, not just 2 more stores. Are we done or not?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
So, I'll be
out all
honest,
day.
I don't got the patience to be there all day. So I
Right.
keep it very real, and I'm like, all right, listen. If you go into the bookstore and you know what book you're getting, that's cool. But I'm not spending 10 hours outside of Strand Books. Like, nah. You saw every aisle, every author. You buying a book or not? Like, what we doing? Like,
I read 3 whole books front to back while you were looking for
you know
one.
what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I bought $100 worth of books and browsed. I almost bought a shirt. You still ain't got nothing? All right, it's time to go, man. It's time to go.
And I learned how to do taxes.
You know what I'm saying? I read a whole book on accounting while you was there. It's too long.
I just finished War and Peace.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
The Bicardi Boys is wildin', folks. Bicardi Boys is wildin'. All right. Speaking of wildin', sometimes people be wildin' out. Sometimes you just home minding your own business, and then all over Instagram you see that you and your wife have been separated since 2016.
And then you post pictures of yourself on a boat saying notifications off. I respect that move. I just want to say I respect that move, bro.
You got to enlighten me on that part. You got to enlighten me on that because I knew about
All
the
right, so-
2016. So what was the follow up?
So Will Smith posted a picture on a boat of him sleeping, like your notifications off, meaning I ain't dealing with none of y'all shit. I'm out of here, bro.
Love
I respect that move. He's doing him. He's fuck that.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to sugarcoat nothing. It means he don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I got it. Nope,
That
me.
may
I
be
love
an old topic by the time this episode comes out, but while we're
Oh, it's
recording,
already
it
old,
just
yeah.
happened. And so, for those who don't know, they are always in the news cycles because neither one of them will shut up. But Jada Pinkett and Will Smith are back in the news cycle again. And why? Because this time Jada Pinkett is promoting her book and she's out there saying all of the things that we didn't ask once again. And so this time it's a hot topic. Hey, listen, nobody asked, but they keep telling us. It's like nobody asked you what's the blue thing hanging up behind you, Dre, but every 2 weeks you come out telling us a different fact about it. Listen, we didn't ask you though, but we didn't ask you. Why you
Right.
keep telling us? We didn't give a
I
fuck.
know.
So she said all
Yeah.
this wild shit, and a lot of people are up in arms about, was it okay to say, was it not okay to say? My question is, and actually, let's peel the curtain back, like Tez likes to say. Let's peel the curtain back a little bit. This topic has been on our list for very long, but I felt like this is the right time possibly to speak about it. My question is, when is enough enough? When is enough for you to walk away from your significant other? Since I went last, the
Mm.
last two topics, I'll spark it this time. For me, this is a simple answer. For me, and this is what I often say when giving advice to others, for me, it's time to walk away when the bad outweighs the good. I say it again like Dr. Umar. For me, it's time to walk away when the bad outweighs the good. What does that mean? That means every situation has good and bad, right? Every situation, friendships, family, significant others, relationship with whoever. That's just the nature of things. There's ebbs and flows, there's good and bad. And hopefully you're with this person because there are a lot of good things happening that are outweighing the bad. But there comes a point in every relationship where the bad outweighs the good. For me, that's when it's time to walk away. And when my friends and family ask me for advice, that's my question. I say, man, Dre, I didn't know all of that was going on. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me ask you, do you feel that the bad is outweighing the good? Because if you are, it's time to go. For me, that's when there's no more to talk about. Listen, this is too stressful. This is too, whatever your list is, it's going to be different for everybody. But when you feel like it's a scale, and man, the bad is way higher now than the good, it's time to pack your shit and exit stage left. I turn it over to y'all.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll respond. Yeah, it's not that simple for me as far as like bad outweighing the good, but I do completely understand that. I feel like it's all about situations and circumstances for me, where it's just like you could have a lot of good, but that one bad thing you did is so egregious, it's like it's over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like I can't mess with you. So yeah, let's say that we've been messing around, everything was going great, but then you decided somehow to sabotage something that I'm working on, or somehow you got the cops involved in whatever it is that we're doing. You know what I mean? It's like you can't come to me and be like, I only did that once. I only got you arrested once, and that'll be the last time. You know what I mean? I don't care how great things were. If you could do something that is causing my downfall and you only did it once is enough.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I'm
So
sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
yeah, you could respond if you want. Yeah.
No, I was saying, for me, I'm not saying it's one incident. I'm saying whatever it is that's going on in the relationship, when it gets to a point that the bad stuff is now outweighing the good, it's time to go. Yeah, if you sent me to jail, yeah, the bad outweighs the good now, baby. I mean, that's pretty obvious. It don't take
Yeah.
22 times for you to call the cops. Like,
Right.
I mean,
Right. Right.
because if you call the cops, my question is, what even made you do that? Like, what? How come things
Right.
were so bad between us that you felt, yeah, I got to call the cops on this person? All right, well then it probably was been time to walk away if that was the case. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to make it
Exactly.
clear, and I'm gonna shut up so you can finish. I just wanted to make it
Nah, it's
clear,
cool.
it's not about the number of things that have happened. It's about, in that situation at that time, is the bad stuff outweighing the good stuff?
Yeah, yeah. The only reason I put it like that because a lot of times, women who I don't say women, let's just say people, right? Because you can have relationships with two men, whatever.
Yes.
But it's like people will say, I only did that thing once.
Mm-hmm.
What's the brother that is playing the Loki, he who
Oh, Jonathan Majors.
whatever, Jonathan Majors, right? So it's like Jonathan Majors and this white woman he was messing with, who he met on the set of Ant-Man, right? It's like whatever, they're doing their thing, blah blah blah. And she had her problems. I'm not saying he's perfect. We don't know about the relationship, but once he called the cops to help her, right? Because she said she was taking sleeping pills and he found her unconscious. And so he's like, don't touch the body. She could, I don't know. I'm not a professional. Let's call 911. She needs help, you know, and, give her the help she needs. And the cops showed up and the cops started coaching her to say that he might have, broke your finger and he might have slapped you so hard that there's blood coming out of your ear. And she was kind of like, maybe that could have happened. For him, it was like, that's it. I'm not dealing with you anymore.
Right.
Or in fact, even before that, when she like hit him in the Uber and he got out, he was like, that's it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. And so this is what I'm trying to say, where it's just like, you could get this one incident, this one thing that happened and be like, this reveals who you really are. We can't go no further. And now, the woman, I'm using this because, I don't want to put it on me or you and everybody, but in that case, this woman was sending him mad texts all night. I'm sorry this, I'm sorry that, this is not going to happen again. I'm going to tell them this, I'm going to tell them that. And he wasn't responding. He was just like, yo, like, no, and that's the way we have to kind of be. And so that's what I'm saying for me. It's just like, yo, like, yeah, there's little things that can happen. This is annoying. That's annoying. That's not a big deal for me. And those are things that I could talk about, with a person and be like, I'd rather you didn't do this, or I'd rather you didn't do that, or maybe you're not addressing me in the proper way.
Right.
Maybe it's a particular tone that you're using that I feel like, hey, maybe we need to talk about that. Those things are just like any relationship, right? It's like, no one is perfect. No one knows all your, little intricacies that you need to make sure are there, and vice versa. Those things are like cool, and we can have like great times and hang out, blah blah blah. But I'm saying situations and circumstances, because what I'm saying is you don't really know a person until the storm comes. You know what I mean? Everybody it's always the best relationship when it's sunny outside and the money is flowing and we going to the parties, and that's the easy relationship, right? I want to know how you are when the storms come, when it's really hard within this thing. That to me tests the relationship, and then I can see. Let me see how you are. Okay, yeah, things were getting crazy, things were getting rocky, and you decided to throw me out to the wolves. But I only threw out to the wolves one time, though. Like,
Right.
no, sorry. So that's what it is for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like what you said. Like like when the battle ways are good. I take this Keanu Reeves quote. I had to look it up just to make sure it was right. He was on Drew Barrymore's some show that she had, and she asks him, "Are you a lover or a fighter?"
Oh,
He says, "You have to be both. You have to be a fighter." And his exact quote is, "If you don't fight for your love, then what kind of love are you fighting for?" Right? And I take that as like, no relationship is going to be sunshines and rainbows every day. You're going to have dips. You're going to have hell. There's going to be hell. There's going to be those days where you rely on each other that you have to build out of it. It's at that moment that now the metal of the relationship is tested. Now at that moment,
Sir.
are you with me in the trenches, or are you just going to save yourself and let me sink? And that is when the moment is broken. That's where like the real, oh, word, I'm down here and you're burying me? I'm not. And that's when I say, because you made your interests clear. You don't care about us. You care about you. Right? So that now determines the value of our relationship.
Yes, sir.
Whether you want to be 50-50 or 100-100, if we're all putting in equal parts into this relationship, then we have to be there for, we can go back to that same Joe Budden quote, with the dark and the light. But at the end of the day, if we're not going to be able to get through this, then we're not going to get through anything.
Right.
Because right now, what's today's problem is going to be nothing compared to what tomorrow's problem may be. And if this is where the line's drawn, then guess what? Then maybe we should go our separate ways. We get out of here before I resent you, you resent me, and then we look at each other on some I can't stand you, and then there's no relationship.
Right.
It's comfort and misguiding, and it's honestly a dishonest relationship because you don't care anymore. You're disattached, and in the end, nobody's happy.
Right.
So that's the point for me when it's just like enough's enough. Like if you want to compare to Will and Jada, Will has a reason why he doesn't want to divorce her, and that's fine. At the end of the day, whatever they want to do is what they want to do. That's their relationship.
Right.
They want to make it public, then that's on them too. They're not asking to be the poster child for, a certain demographic of people or whatever. This is how they want to do their business. I can't control what, Tiffany Ann and Joseph, who my high school buddies that went out together. If they want to air their dirty laundry out, that's them.
Right.
I have the luxury of just saying, ignore. I don't want to see it.
Right.
So
Yes, sir.
when it comes to that breaking point, it's all about self-reflection and like, is this worth it? Is this worth this fight? I'm fighting and I'm not getting anywhere. We're not getting out of here. We're going through the same circle. It's Groundhog Day all over again,
Right.
And that's where you have to draw the line. To me, that's where I draw the line. Where it's just like, okay, thought we fixed that, but we still have that leak. But we're putting money into therapy. We're putting money into dates and building exercises, and it's not working.
Right.
You're just driving. You're driving in snow, and the tires are spinning, but you're not going anywhere.
Right.
So that's my opinion on that.
I dig that. I didn't want to cut you off, but when you said I'm down here, you burying me, the first thing I thought of, shh, just let the dirt shower over you. I want to say when he was talking, I was like, man, I already cut Dre off. Tez is going in. I'm gonna shut up, but I'm gonna say it when he's done, though.
You're waking the neighbors. What are you doing? Barry, shut up.
Say, shh. Just let the dirt shower over you. Classic.
That's what the Bicardi Boys need. We need a Will Ferrell night. Just
listen,
Oh my God.
I'm down with
it
that.
old school.
Kicking it old school.
You know what I'm saying? I just actually was watching Old School with somebody the other day, and I was sitting here trying so hard not to say every fucking line. Like,
line, yeah, it's just one of those.
That's my
super
shit.
classic, man.
I was telling them too, because they
so
watched
good.
the pod. I was like, oh, this Tez part right here. Yep. This part right here.
It's
This
so
one
good.
Tez every
It's so
time you
good.
see me.
It's so good with the hit your lips.
That's actually what made me show them the movie. So we was having drinks one night, and I was like, feels so good once it hits your lips. They was like, you made that up? That sounded like one of the when you be quoting stuff. I was like, oh, you ain't never seen Old School? It was like, what's that? I was like, oh no, all right. You gotta see
It's
Old
that
School.
time.
Yeah.
Snoop
You know what I'm
Loop.
saying? We're going streaking.
Bring your friend with the funny hat.
Right. Bring your friend with the hat. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the other day I was quoting Talladega Nights.
Classic.
These colors don't run.
You know what I'm saying?
These colors don't run.
That's right. Break it.
Just say I like grapes.
Right.
I mean, they're like really thin pancakes, though. Those are really good.
He's like, oh, are those just the really thin pancakes? He's like, yeah, everybody loves those. He's like, you know what? Either way this goes, can we go get a whole mess of crepes when this is over? He's like, yeah, we're going to do that. So do that.
Yes, it's not to break my arm,
Right.
though.
He's like, but I mean, he's like, honestly, I think it is a really good out, though. Just letting you know. No, I ain't going to feel no way different about you. It is a really good out, but it's still up to you, though. It's still up to you. He said, break it, Preppy Le Pew. Break it. It's my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That shit is great.
Can't forget
Yeah.
one of my favorite scenes. Every time a woman cooks and calls everybody to dinner, I think about that movie too. She's like, hey, boys, get down here. I've been slaving over this stuff all day. It was a table of mad takeout. Mad
KFC,
takeout.
Taco
KFC, Taco Bell.
Powerade.
Yo,
Powerade.
mad takeout.
Shake and bake, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. That
Magic
just
Man.
happened.
Magic Man and El Diablo.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's Spanish or some kind of rooster.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy fly shit.
Yeah. Dude, and he just loves taking his clothes off. I'm on fire.
Right.
I'm on fire.
That's his thing. I don't know why, but for a hot
Yeah.
minute, that was his
It's
thing.
just weird. That's just, he don't care.
Yeah, just
It's
like, I'm gonna
anything
get
for a
naked.
laugh.
No, for the longest, for the longest time. Every time me and Jay would talk, don't you dare put that shit on
Don't
me.
you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you dare.
Nigga said, no, he needs
No,
to
no,
know.
no.
He needs
No,
to
he
know.
needs tough love.
Tough love. He needs to know. You know what I'm saying?
Then it's cut around the meat. Cut around the meat.
He said, hold on, let me get this right. I got a knife in my leg. He said, He said, and now there's another knife in my leg? He said, yeah.
You know, so you know that time when you were taking a break? I did a full spread in Playboy.
No, in college.
Playgirl magazine.
He said, I don't know if we're gonna make it, but I just need to let you know I did a full spread for Playgirl when I was in college. I did. I even spread my butt cheeks. I did that. And I just needed to let you know that.
It was a full spread. I went under the name of Mike Honcho.
That's right. I couldn't remember that name. Mike Honcho. Right. Classic. That's the shit right there, son.
Classic.
All right, for those who don't know, I'll give you some context for the last 5 minutes. We're talking about the movie Old School. First we talk about Step Brothers, then Old School, and then we're talking about Talladega Nights. All Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly films except for Old School.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic shit right there.
All Will Ferrell, though.
Guaranteed good times watching those movies.
And if you haven't watched those, do yourself the favor.
Right.
It's worth every second.
That's right. And the last one we got to throw in there, Wedding Crashers.
Oh.
Speed of Comfort.
You know what I'm saying? She said, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Some classic. Everybody in the room was like, shut your mouth? Huh? Everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Or when they're arguing at the wedding, he was like, that was my first Asian. And the whole wedding just turned and looked at him. Like, what the fuck?
Or how your boy Will was like, "What? Y'all still on weddings, man? I'm done with that. Funerals.
It's all about funerals. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
he said death is life's biggest aphrodisiac.
It's like fishing with dynamite, bro. The girl is so horny, it's crazy. Man. You see that one? You see that one? Husband died in a cliff accident. Hey, honey, look at me. Take a picture. I'm dead.
Yo,
so crazy.
It's great. It's greatest shit ever, man. Gotta throw that into the conversation if we talk about Will Ferrell.
Yeah, no doubt.
Got to. I think I know all 4 of those movies by heart. Definitely Wedding Crashers. I know all of Wedding Crashers by heart. And definitely Old School. The other 2, I'm not 100% on them yet, but
Step Brothers, I know Step Brothers too much.
It's the shit.
So tell me, were they built for comfort or built for speed?
Right.
You motorboat son of a bitch.
You motorboat son of a bitch.
No. Hold on. The part when Vince Vaughn is tied to the bed and the creepy dude he's like, you don't know the night I had. You don't know the night I had, okay? I was taken to a bed. Creepy boy was taking a picture of me.
Some good times. Vince Vaughn too. Yeah,
it's a very nice picture.
He said, my sock was stuffed in my mouth. Yes, the same sock I had on all day that we played football with. In my mouth.
Word.
Classic.
Dope. Oh no, the two parts. One, me and Jay always say crab kicks of football. That's what we do. That's what Maryland does, but that's what we do. And then the other part that me and Jay always no. The other part of that movie that always makes you laugh is the butler. Damn it, man! The grandmama too. He said,
you doing the daughter and the grandma too. Damn. And how much job you got, man?
She like be gentle with the she old.
He said, just be gentle. She be pushing 90. I said I put a whole shit by her, kid. I can do this for another hour. It's my shit. Nigga said she be pushing 90. Oh man. All right. I think that's enough from the Bicardi Boys. I think we had fun. I think we gave them some entertaining moments.
I'm just saying, who got Tekken 7 here? Because we can play some Tekken 7 one night.
Yeah.
I think it's crossplay, right?
I don't know. I know I got it and we can play online. That's all I know.
I got it on P4. I can still download it. I don't have
My
PSN though.
controller is all messed up.
Because you've been
Here we
playing too
go.
much.
Here we go. Nah. You know what he's gonna start with? You know my X button don't work.
Cheating
Yeah,
that
exactly. No,
PlayStation.
but before we even
See
start,
that
I already know.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it's been wilding out for the past. I feel like it's like trying to make me buy the PS5. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question.
Why is it wilding out?
I got a question for you, Dre.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fan will get you the biscuits. The fan will get you the biscuits, but some random broad can get you,
You know
the
what I'm
biscuits.
saying?
No, Dad. Grandpa, not the cheddar biscuit.
He said, game recognized game. And you looking kind of unfamiliar right now, Granddad.
Granddad, does she run really fast in high heels? Does she leave every time she get a call?
He said,
does she duck every time she the
he
cops?
said, she don't run that fast, though.
That
shit
a lot of people
her
don't see the cops.
booking it in heels.
In heels. He out.
Classic.
Granddad, she a hoe.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah, no. I'm not calling you a bitch. I'm saying you got so many bitches. I have to call you Mister.
Oh
Anyway,
wait, this is from another episode though. One last one. Hey, Granddad, how bad you gotta be to telegraph your moves so a blind man can see it?
That steak made it shit. That shit is great. That's one of my favorite joints.
Bad knees.
That nigga had bad eyes. That's the next part.
Oh man.
Classics.
Oh, he was fucking up his car. This is handicap parking right here. I ain't know nobody parking my spot. This is handicap parking right here.
Classics.
Just like banging into the
And getting an ass whooping by me is the closest thing you'll get to the Congressional Medal of Honor.
That's right.
Fucking beautiful shit, man. All right, y'all.
That's it.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Fellas, thank you for being here. And we'll see y'all next month. Hopefully with more of the squad here. And if not, then fuck it. You'll get the Bicardi Boys again.
Episode 2.
That's it.
Episode 2.
I mean, if the rest of the squad don't show up, it just be the Bicardi Boys again. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're going to do. And you know what? We're going to get a bottle, too. We're going to be like, fuck
That's
it.
That's it.
If next time it's just the three of us, I'm going to send each of y'all a bottle of Bicardi. That's it.
With a Wu-Tang intro.
And I'll just throw Wu-Tang on for the first 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
And I throw a chair in the background.
That's it. And now we got to fight.
Booty butt cheeks.
Is it booty butt cheeks or Mudo's butt cheeks? Whatever, man. It's a song about booty.
All right, we out.